Hello and welcome to the Dream Team Professor podcast. My name is Scott and in this episode we're looking at the top point scorers and key talking points from Game Week 8 Sun Dream Team so far. To start off with a quick team update after the first round of fixtures in this European double game week. So we've still got the Champions League, Europa League and Europa League Conference to come. But all my team has played their first round of fixtures. I'm on 68 points for the game week, 955 points in total, which has seen a rank rise up to 110th overall. Most of that jump has come from Sells in that final game of the game week on Monday. And so Sells got 10 points, clean sheet, 7 saves in that match against Crystal Palace. So well pleased with how that's gone. I was considering moving him out for Kelleher last week, so glad that I didn't. The moves that I did make was Calafiori to Matty Cash and Morgan Rogers to Foden. Rogers did go on to score, so not a great move that one. But Calafiori and Cash basically covered each other with 3 points. So Matty Cash, 3 points there. Vardiol scored 9 points with that screamer for City. And that, I saw a couple highlights of goals that he scored previously, and he's got a right foot strike in his locker, considering he's a left footer playing left back. So really, really good finish that for Vardiol. Rico Lewis, just the 4 points, quite a small return for him compared to recently, but we'll take that. Then in midfield, so I packed the midfield heavy this week. I kept Cole Palmer, despite it being a single. I did wonder whether I should move Palmer on to allow Foden to come in, which would have meant I kept Morgan Rogers, but I stuck with Palmer because I do want him next week. He got 4 points, finished on 7 player performance marks, so really, really close to getting those 3 bonus points, but of course didn't. Saka, another one that could have just made way for Foden because he ended up with a did not play injury, hamstring injury that sort of come down to the wire. No one really knew whether he's going to start or not. So I decided to keep hold of him, thinking that maybe he'd get the Shakhtar game if he didn't play as a very minimum. But it turns out it doesn't seem like he's going to play the Shakhtar game either. So he's probably going to be a doubt going into that Liverpool game. And considering it's Liverpool and Preston, I'll have to wait and see how I feel. But I'm leaning towards thinking I might possibly take him out. I've got Maddison, who got 5 points despite being taken off at halftime in a tactical substitution from Ange. He said he wanted more running power, so brought on Sarr instead. But Maddison still came away with 7 ppm again, so very close to 3 bonus. He now leads the way as the highest bonus scoring player in the game. Phil Foden, who I brought in, I was really disappointed to see that he wasn't starting. There was a bit of disagreement online. Would he start or not? I was very much in the camp that I thought he would start this game, but he was on the bench for it. He did come off the bench though and assist the winner for John Stones. So came away with 4 points. You'll take that when you see that they're starting on the bench, but hopefully he can do better in midweek. Kulusevski grabbed a goal, so that's his second goal of the season. He's on 3 assists as well for the season. So for the price point, he is doing really, really well. He's 2.7 at the minute. He had come down from 3 million last week, but he grabbed that goal, got tackles, got a bonus point as well. So 11 points, really happy with that for the price. And then up top, the big hitters, or the big hitter in Haaland with the armband, again with another blank. So just the 4 points, and was pretty ineffective in that game against Wolves, one that I think 96% of people in the top 1K captained him, and he did disappoint. Salah didn't know, on the other hand, so 14 points for him in that game against Chelsea. We did say with Cucurella out, he might have some luck down that right-hand side. He got a goal and an assist in this game. The goal was actually a penalty. He came away with bonus and a big chance created as well. Almost had a second penalty as well, but it was overturned. But pretty happy with how that week's gone. Obviously on a green arrow currently, but with a lot of goal bonus boosters in play, and also me having Sells and Palmer who won't play the next match, or Sells doesn't have a next match, but Palmer won't play in Europe, and then Saka not playing in midweek. I'm not feeling too confident that I will hang on to this green arrow, but fingers crossed. We'll start the recap with Liverpool 2, Chelsea 1. Salah scoring from the penalty spot, and Curtis Jones with the other goal for Liverpool. Salah came away with 15 points, obviously scored the pen and got an assist in this game. Almost had a second pen as well, but that one was overturned. Both of them would have been won by Curtis Jones. So the one that stood was won by Curtis Jones, and the second one would have been as well. He got a bonus and a big chance created as well. Mohamed Salah doing really, really well this season. Curtis Jones, though, 17 points in this match. Not only did he do a really good job stopping Cole Palmer from being involved, but he was involved in everything. So he grabbed his own goal. He assisted Salah's goal, or won the penalty for Salah's goal. Had 2 shots on target and tackle points as well. So really, really good performance from Curtis Jones. That was 3 bonus points. So one to keep an eye on. Jota went off early with what was a rib injury. So Darwin Núñez came on. Leading up to that injury for Jota, it looked like Tosin might be getting sent off for a foul that looked pretty similar to the Saliba one that he got sent off for, but it was just a yellow card for Tosin. And of course, Jota then had to go off and be replaced by Darwin. Trent, just the 4 points. He got 2 tackle points and was 1 PPM off hitting bonus, but again, seems to keep dodging these bonus points, Trent, at the minute. He had Kelleher in goal, who's a popular transfer in, just got the 2 points in this match. You had Jackson, got his 5th goal of the season. A nice finish. It was checked. It looked like it could have been offside. Very close, but did stand. So 8 points for Jackson. Caicedo got the assist for that as well, which was his 2nd. Cole Palmer, I mentioned he had a pretty quiet game. Curtis Jones doing a bit of a job on him in this game. He did get a big chance created, point added overnight, and was 1 player performance mark off of hitting 3 bonus. So I was kind of hoping that might have got added overnight, but it wasn't. He did have a chance where he put 1 over the bar, and then 1 that looked like it was pretty close, but then Curtis Jones again getting the block in the way. So pretty disappointing overall for Palmer owners. There was a lot of early substitutions from Maresca as well. So Sancho was brought off at half time for Neto, and you also had Badiashile, Fernandez, and Vega all come on a triple substitution. Nkunku came off the bench, but didn't really affect the game. Wolves 1, Man City 2. So I already said the main talking point of that, for me at least, was Phil Foden being benched pre-game. There was another early clean sheet wipeout for Manchester City when Larsson grabbed a 7th-minute goal, and that's his 3rd goal of the season. But just really, really frustrating to own City defenders at the minute. But what was a little bonus for having a City defender was that Vardiol screamer. So 9 points, and that's his 2nd goal of the season after scoring that nice goal against Newcastle. Yeah, Doku got an assist, 3 bonus points, someone that we know is regularly good for bonus. He got 2 goals, 2 assists. But Savinho is doing well for bonus as well. He has 13 bonus points overall compared to Doku's 10. He got 6 points in this game with the 3 bonus points and a couple tackle points thrown in as well. Phil Foden did come on in the 66th minute for Doku and put a corner in for John Stones, who again came up with a stoppage time winner in this case, but obviously also got that stoppage time equaliser against Arsenal. So that's his 2nd goal of the season. 9 points. Foden just the 4 points, but surely he starts in Europe. And then lastly, I mentioned Erling Haaland, just the 2 points. He blanked again, so a quiet game for him. Those that played the goal bonus chip this week will be hoping that they can get a bit more in midweek. Bournemouth 2, Arsenal 0. My team Arsenal handed their 1st defeat of the season. The main talking point was Bukayo Saka was not in the squad. If you're on Fantasy Football Twitter or in the community, you would have seen that there was some videos going around trying to identify whether Saka had travelled with the squad, but it wasn't quite clear. I decided to keep Saka in my team. I thought he probably would end up being all right, and that was Arteta mind games. But it wasn't to be. Saka wasn't in the lineup, and it wasn't even in the squad. Seems to have been left out of the squad for Shakhtar as well. So I think it's going to be another scenario this week coming, trying to guess, will he, won't he start that match against Liverpool? He had Sterling, Mikel Merino, and Ben White as the main lineup changes coming in. Urian Timber wasn't in the squad either. Again, someone else that struggled with injury. But William Saliba, the main talking point during the game, got that red card in the 30th minute. Minus 3 points for him, and now will miss the Liverpool game. So makes the Arsenal defence look a bit more worrying. Calafiori managed to get 3 points, 1 bonus point in this match. A lot of people owning him at the minute, but with Saliba not in that defence and Liverpool up next, it isn't looking like the best run for the Arsenal defence. There was a well-worked corner by Bournemouth for the Christie goal. He grabbed 8 points. Evan Nilsson was brought down by David Raya after a mistake from Kivior, who come off the bench, giving away a penalty, which was put away by Patrick Kluivert, by Justin Kluivert. So he grabbed a goal and an assist in this game, 11 points. You had Declan Rice, probably one of the better performers in the Arsenal team. So he got maximum bonus points, 3 crosses, 3 dribbles, and 3 fouls. Also, the passing percentage was pretty high for that one. I think it might have been down to also him taking corners from both sides, where Saka normally takes in-swingers off one side and Declan Rice takes them off the other. Declan Rice was taking all of the corners in this game. So that might have played into it. And he may not be on track to get that high of a bonus every single match. Trossard probably going to be en route for another drop as well. It looked like a really good week to keep hold of him, especially if Saka was a doubt and Martinelli was a doubt. But it's another blank for him, so maybe a big drop on the way unless he can turn it around against Shakhtar. United 2, Brentford 1. So United have ended a 5-game winless run. It was the same front 4 that started against Aston Villa. So you had Højlund, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes in at the 10, and then Garnacho on the other side. Garnacho had a really, really good game. So 15 points, bonus, 5 shots on target, and tackle points as well. So 4 goals, 3 assists for the season for him. And I think he looks a lot better off that left-hand side. I think Rashford probably normally looks a lot better off the left as well. So they are sort of competing for that side. Rashford was on the right this side and gave a lovely assist for that Garnacho goal. So he come away with 6 points, 4 goals, 3 assists for the season, the same as Garnacho as well. So looked like that front 3 or 4 was functioning a bit better. Rasmus Højlund, really great performance in this one. So his hold-up play was really, really nice, but he just seemed to mix it up quite a bit. Sometimes he was holding it up and getting other players involved. Other times he was sort of spinning. Looked really, really confident in this one. So 9 points for Højlund. And then Bruno Fernandes, 10 points, an assist, 2 shots on target, 4 tackles, and a big chance created. So nice performance from Bruno Fernandes. And he's going to get a bit of attention ahead of next week because they do have that Carabao Cup double. And United do seem to rotate a bit less than some of the other teams that are playing. He had Damsgaard from Brentford, an assist, 7 points. He's had 1 goal, 3 assists in his last 5 matches. And so he's in great point scoring form. He had Brian Mbeumo, who got 6 points for 3 bonus points, but didn't manage a goal or a 1 minute or 2 minute goal in this game. And then Flecken in goal, 5 points, 9 saves, which is the most saves. He has the most saves in the game at the moment. So doing quite well as a budget keeper as well. The Brentford goal was scored by Ethan Pinnock after that Damsgaard cross. Pinnock, someone that I talked Tony from the Dream Team Tonic out of bringing into his team. He was tempted to bring him in for this fixture, and I didn't think that was a good pick at all. But obviously, I'm taking the blame for persuading him not to bring Pinnock in for this one. Fulham 1, Aston Villa 3. So Villa obviously really, really popular on the Dream Team game because they've got quite a few cheap enablers that are still playing in Europe. It was Raul Jimenez, though, who opened up the scoring after 5 minutes, his 5th goal of the season, direct from a Leno assist. So the clean sheets wiped out immediately, which obviously wasn't great for me as a Matty Cash owner, but there's a lot of people on Martinez and Digne as well. But those owners wouldn't have been too displeased with how the game went, but I'll come on to them in a minute. You had Morgan Rogers, who managed to get the equaliser quite early on after 9 minutes. And again, someone that I had taken out. It seems like it's so often I take a player out and then they go on to score a goal. And there was a big deflection in it, though. It wasn't like a great finish. He literally went to put it in one corner, made a deflection, went in the complete other direction. There was, however, a really big miss that he had in the second half, which would have just added insult to injury to me. You had Ramsey grabbed an assist in this game. Tielemans had a brilliant performance again. So 10 points, assist, 3 bonus, tackles, and a big chance created. The sort of things that I was talking up before I brought him in temporarily into my team. He did none of the above when I brought him in, and now he's back at it after I took him out. 1 goal, 4 assists for him, though, for the season. And he just seems like a really good long-term hold. You probably have to be patient with him, more patient than I was earlier on. But he's looking like a really brilliant player to have in the team. Martinez. So I mentioned as a Matty Cash owner, I was a bit annoyed about that clean sheet wipeout. but Martinez owners would have come away with 7 points still. Bonus points, 3 saves, which included a penalty save from an awful Andreas Pereira penalty. He's now the second highest scoring goalkeeper in the game. And then Digne, 5 points, got an assist for what was a own goal. I think it was from Diop off the bench. And that's his 3rd assist of the season. Konsa and John McGinn were back, but they were both on the bench. So potentially going to take some minutes off people. Hopefully it isn't going to be Matty Cash for me. And then there was a lovely headed goal for Ollie Watkins. So he came with 10 points. That's his 5th goal of the season. Already has 3 assists as well. So looking like a really good option. Ollie Watkins at 5.7 million. So could potentially be someone that we could look to move on to. Maybe if Saka does end up being injured, or we are looking to move around one of our premium players. Spurs 4, West Ham 1. So Son was back from injury and starting this game. And what a game he had. I'll start it off with Kulusevski, who's in my team. Done really, really well in this game. So 11 points, grabbed a goal, and it was assisted by Maddison. Kulu's on 2 goals, 3 assists now for the season at just 2.7 million. So I think that's pretty good returns for his value. It's a little bit annoying as a hold because he sort of tends to play the Prem matches and then seems to be getting sub appearances in midweek. So it kind of means that if he does not deliver in the second match, it brings his average right down, and then his price sort of is hindered from rising. So I don't really think he's going to stray too far from between 2.5 and 3 million throughout the season. But I still just think that he's going to be one of these players that does outscore his price point in general with the extra games. Maddison, 5th assist of the season, got 7 player performance marks, but got dragged at half time. So as an owner, bit gutted that he didn't make the 3 bonus points. It was a tactical decision. My first thought was that maybe he'd picked up an injury, but Ange said after the game that he just needed more running power, opted to bring on Sarr, and that was pretty justified as they went on to win the game. But it wasn't like Maddison was having a bad game at all, creating a load of chances throughout the game. It just seemed like they might have been losing out on that midfield battle. And yeah, that decision was fully justified with the result. Maddison now has the most bonus in the game with 17, which is 2 clear of Eze. Udogie got an assist for a Basuma goal. Basuma got 5 tackles and his 2nd goal of the season, 12 points. He seems to be like one of these players that at a budget price is picking up some of the points for tackles, shots on target, and chipping in with a few goals as well. So could be one to watch for an enabler. Son, really, really good performance from him. So his shot led to an Areola own goal. It also hit a defender on the way through, which caused a bit of drama, more in the FPL community, because he was given the assist, or he wasn't given an assist, then he was given it, and then it was taken away again. Dream Team sort of stick to their guns with the decisions a lot of the time if it's not resolved by the next morning. So Son got the assist still in this game for that shot that went in as an own goal. He also scored a goal himself, which is assisted by Sarr. So he's on 3 goals, 4 assists for the season, having a pretty decent season. Kudus, 0 to 0, I'd say. So Kudus got the 1st goal of the game and actually was having a really, really strong game up until this point. 13 points, grabbed the goal, obviously doing well for bonus as he usually does. 10 player performance marks, got him 3 bonus points. But he went and ruined it by getting a red card, pushing Van der Ven in the face. And then he pushed another player in the face. He'd already given Van der Ven a couple of kicks on the ground, sort of making out that he was trying to get the ball. But yeah, a bit of a head loss there. So red card, and they're going to lose him for what was quite a nice run of games for West Ham. Forest 1, Palace 0. Didn't get to watch this game because we were podcasting live with our Patreon community over at the Dream Team Tonic podcast. That podcast will be out for everyone on Wednesday. If you do fancy getting early access to the podcast for Dream Team Tonic or joining our Discord community, there'll be a link in the description below there. We also have exclusive content in the form of Dream Team articles, but the Discord community is my favourite part. Sells got 10 points in this match for the clean sheet, so came off the pod and then celebrated that we got 10 points and 7 saves, and his 3rd clean sheet of the season for Sells. 4.6 average, not bad for a budget keeper. Points across the board, obviously, with the clean sheet there. 10 points for Moreno. Anderson is someone that's pretty interesting. Got 11 player performance marks. Very close to getting maximum bonus points in this game. So 8 points for him. But again, one of these players that just keeps getting points from a lot of different things. So 2 shots on target, just a 1 tackle, but 2 big chances created as well. Chris Wood, absolutely on fire. So 10 points, 5th goal of the season, and his 3rd goal in 4 games. Henderson in the other goal. I know a lot of Henderson owners will be disappointed because he seems to let in a few that you feel like he should save. We've got 5 saves in this one, 4 points. But he is joint for points with Sells overall. So while it's disappointing, he's still been a fairly good budget keeper, I'd say. But the decision now will be whether or not to move on to Kelleher. Munoz back in after his injury in that Liverpool game. And then Eze, 6 points, 1 bonus, 2 shots on target, and tackle points. So in a blank, 6 points, still pretty effective from Eze, but if you had him, you'd just be desperate for some more goals and assists. He has a double game week next week, so you might be considering him for that Carabao Cup double, but the opponents are a lot harder than some of the Carabao Cup matches they've had so far. Ipswich 0, Everton 2. So Everton make it back-to-back clean sheets. Could they go on a run like last season where they kept a string of clean sheets? Ashley Young, 10 points. He's only 2.1 million. You've got Keane, who's just grabbed another goal now. So 2 goals, 1 assist for Keane this season. 13 points in this game. Also 2.1 mil. McNeil got the assist for it. He's just having an amazing season, McNeil. 7 points as his 7th attacking return of the season. Really, really strong performance from him. And Dye, 11 points. So he grabbed a goal, which was his 3rd of the season. And 61 points for the season now for Ndiaye, which is bonkers, really. I had a look, and to me, Luis Diaz has had a fantastic season. Ndiaye is just 6 points off of Luis Diaz currently, and obviously not playing in Europe. And then you've got Muric, 1.8 million budget keeper. Got 4 points in this game, so 6 saves for him. Southampton 2, Leicester 3. Southampton throwing away a 2-goal lead in this game and conceding 3 goals again. They've played 8 matches and conceded 3 goals in 5 different games now. So with that game coming up next week for Manchester City, it's probably not looking too great for them. Archer and Aribo got the goals for Southampton. I don't think many Southampton players are going to be of interest to us on Dream Team. The goals for Leicester, Buonanotte, 3.1 million. He's on a bit of an impressive run at the minute. So 12 points, a goal, bonus points, so 7 ppm, very close to 3. And then 7 tackles as well. So doing the defensive stuff and the attacking. In the previous week, he got 13 points as well. He's on 3 goals, 2 assists for the season. You had the Fraser red card and Vardy scoring a pen. 8 points for him now. 3rd goal of the season for Jamie Vardy. Hermansen making a ton of saves again, like he did in the Arsenal game. So 6 saves for him in this match. And now he's on the 2nd most saves, just behind Flecken. A few big impacts off the bench for Leicester, but again, not really people that we're going to be targeting. Ayew with 8 points, Fatu 6 points for an assist, and then Winks on at half-time and grabbing an assist himself. But yeah, 5th time Southampton have conceded 3 goals this season, which is making it tough to look past Haaland, even though he's not been in the best goal-scoring form. Haaland against Southampton next week does have potential for a big haul. Newcastle 0, Brighton 1. So Newcastle failing to score for a 2nd game running. They did have Isak back in the lineup, played 90 minutes and did come close. He had 4 shots on target, 7 points and 1 big chance created. So for a blank, 7 points is not bad at all. Gordon, 6 points, hit bonus, couple shots on target himself as well. And then Bruno Guimaraes, a rare match where he didn't score bonus points, but still got 5 tackles and a big chance created. Trippier missing, out with a hamstring problem. He must be on the way out now. It's going to happen eventually. Welbeck, goal, 10 points. He's having a great season. So 7 attacking returns for him, 5 goals, 2 assists for the season. He did go off injured, but he put out a tweet saying he expects to be back soon. So probably not as serious as it looked. But at the time, I think he was getting oxygen and went off on a stretcher. So a bit worrying, but it seems like he's going to be okay. You had Ruta, 9 points, got an assist, 7 ppm. That 7 ppm just seems to come up so often. Big chance created, 2 goals, 2 assists for the season. And then for Bruggen in goal with 10 points. Leave a like, subscribe so you don't miss my top targets for Game Week 9. And I'll link the Dream Team Tonic podcast from yesterday on the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.